Hey fans, it's me, as always, you back for another Starship official Starships collection review. This time we're on issue number 90. They finally showed up today. I'm still waiting. I'm very behind on these. I'm still waiting for my the Medusan vessel and the Horizon that everybody seems to be getting either today or yesterday, which is ace. I'm still waiting for mine, as usual. But anyway, these have finally turned up. And we're on issue number 90. Now, this would have been the last issue of this in the initial run, but they've extended it twice. It was going to be 112, 113, and it was going to be at least 130 plus. They're probably going to extend it to at least 200. So, you know, I'm not opposed to having every single ship that's ever been on Star Trek ever. So yeah, as per usual, we're getting the Bossy magazine, and we are doing and the ship as well. And of course, this time it is the Romulan Scout ship. Now, this is the one I've been waiting for quite some time, because the episode it appears in, the Defector, is one of my absolute favourites of TNG, and it's an early season 3 as well. I think it's episode 5 or 6. I don't quite say that, but anyway. So we'll get on to it. Specification: operated by the Romulan Star Empire, type scout ship, in operation 24th century, length 89 metres, crew 15 plus passengers. It was commanded by one guy, and there was one that was commanded by 2, and that's it. Top speed warp 9. That's dubious at best, because Romulan warbirds, their max speed is about warp 8. So unless it's because it's reduced size and extra power because Romulans use a forced quantum singularity as a power source rather than dilithium and matter and antimatter. So and it's got disruptor emitters and plasma torpedoes, so it's armed to fuck. The Romulan scout ships share the same basic architecture as the other Romulan vessels of the era. It had a predatory appearance with an aggressively shaped head section and warp nacelles. On either end of the outstretched wings, it was outfitted with the disruptors and plasma torpedoes, meaning it had firepower matched its threatening looks. And we've got a beautiful CG shot of it there with a few others in the background, which is really cool, really cool. Normally, a Romulan scout ship was utilised for smaller missions where it would have been a waste of resources to deploy D-Derridex. Responding to a distress call, the crew of the USS Enterprise, NCC-1701D, discovered the remains of what appeared to be a Romulan scout ship at the surface of Golondan Core. The 2 surviving crew members used ultritium explosives to blow their ship and prevent it falling into Starfleet's hands. And then we're going into the episode The Defector, which is a fucking corking episode. Really is. Who wrote Defector? I think it's Ronald D. Moore. Doesn't tell me. I think it is Ronald D. Moore. It's a very, very, very good episode, and James Soyland is fantastic in it as well as Admiral Aladar Jirok. Is it Jirok? Yes, Admiral Jirok. It has been widely respected military. Admiral Jirok had been a widely respected military member of the Romulan military. While he had become infamous within the Federation for carrying out the massacre of the Norcan outpost, after he had a daughter, he reconsidered his views on war. He was convinced that the superiors were preparing for another battle with the Federation, and it could lead to the destruction of the Romulan Empire. So he took upon himself to warn Starfleet. And then we've got the topographical view, which is really cool, really cool. But take note of this section here. Really cool, really cool, really cool. Admiral Jirok was genuine in his desire to avoid I can't talk anymore. To avoid war. He felt that the Romulan Star Empire would be overwhelmed and destroyed, and his wish was not to betray his own world, but to do so, but to do what he could to save it. I can't fucking read at the minute. Romulans never divulged why a Romulan scout ship crashed on Golondan Core. a planet inside Federation space. Commander Tomalak merely said it was a slight navigational error. The Romulans used Onkians as a unit of measure of temperature. Aboard the Enterprise 1701D, Jurok ordered water from the replicator at a temperature of 12 Onkians, but the computer did not recognise the term. It ordered the water and dispensed on the cold side, or whatever your system is. Yeah, this system operates on the Celsius Fahrenheit system. Captain Picard had a good reason to be suspicious of Admiral Jurok, who claimed that the Romulans had set up a military base on Nirvana 3 inside the neutral zone. He said that he would soon be ready to launch a fleet of warbirds, and they would be in striking distance of 15 Federation sectors. Sensors revealed no unusual activity on Narendra 3, and all the time Starfleet had contact with the Romulans, there had never been a case for the Romulan Defector. And then we've got designing the scout ship. And then we've got like a base one there. That's kind of cool. Kind of looks more like a Star Wars ship, does that design. And I think that's why they altered it a bit. And then we've gone for the traditional scout ship there. It's really cool. And then we've got reuses of the model. It was reused again in the next phase as a science vessel. And then it was repurposed in Voyager for a... the episode Favourite Son. I can't remember what the species was called now. Oh, my Trek knowledge fails me. It never fails me. Not Touré. It'll come to me in a minute. Ronald D. Moore, pushing the show in direction writer Ron Moore, became an integral part of Star Trek The Next Generation, Incredible Success, and Deep Space Nine. He wrote a lot of DS9 episodes as well. And he went on to be, I think he was the showrunner for Battlestar Galactica, which I didn't like. But he did, he is responsible for creating the Klingon mythology and stuff like that. Everything we know about the Klingons in the 24th century, pretty much. It's all thanks to Ronald D. Moore. And of course, he obviously based on everything on the original series because he was a big original series fan, and he saw what they were doing on that show and then just went with it. And then more episodes. He didn't write Yesterday's Enterprise. I think he did. I think he wrote the screenplay for it, the teleplay, because it was actually a fan episode. Fan wrote Yesterday's Enterprise because Star Trek had a open script policy. It was one of the only shows that ever did it, right up until the end of Voyager, I think. Basically, if you had an idea for a script for Star Trek, you could submit it, and if it was any good, they would produce the episode. And I think there's only a few cases where that happened. Yesterday's Enterprise is one. The episode called One, the last episode of season 4. No, the episode before the last episode. The last episode is season 4. It's Hope and Fear. The one before that's called One. But they had to go in stasis and they had to go through a nebula that was like light years across and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm digressing. So yeah, and it goes into all different aspects of Ron Moore's Next Generation work there. That's a really good read, actually. And again, more stuff as well, which is really cool. And then we got the on-screen trivia. Some trivia for you. In the Star Trek Next Generation episode, The Defector marks the first appearance of actor James Soylent in the franchise. He played Admiral Aladar Jarok. He also would appear again in the 7th season episode Firstborn as Kemtar, a future version of Worf's son Alexander Rashenko. He appeared as Odo's father, Dr. Maura Paul, in Deep Space Nine episode The Alternate and The Begotten. He's fantastic in that as well. He played Jetrel in the Voyager episode of the same name. The Romulan officer Patak from the Star Trek Next Generation episode The Enemy was played by Steve Rankin. He went on to play Yeater, a Klingon mercenary in Deep Space Nine, Invasive Procedures, and also portrayed Colonel Green in the Star Trek Enterprise episode Demons. The Defector featured 3 new studio models, including the new 4-foot miniature of the Enterprise D, the Romulan Scout ship, and a second D-Deridex class warbird. I didn't know that. I thought they just shot one from one angle and shot another one from the same model from a different angle and then spliced it in. But obviously they built 2. And it was designed, of course, by the legendary man that is Rick Sternbach. So yeah, now this is a very good model. Look at this one. This is fucking beautiful. This is really well done. It's well built. It's well painted. Although they've gone for a lighter green there, and in the magazine, they've gone for a more slightly grayer. Don't know if you can be able to pick that up. It's sort of a slightly grayer green in there, which is no bad thing. It kind of highlights it a bit more. But the detail work in this is fantastic. And look at the moulded detail in there, in the sensor palettes there, and the shield emitters, and all this hull plating, the Aztecing, and you got the sensor palettes there, sensor palettes there, sensor palettes on the bottom, sensor palettes on the front. We've got clear nacelles, which is good, which don't look unlike Romulan Warbird nacelles, but it's no bad thing because it's obviously built by the same race. Then underneath we've got some nice details under there as well, like sensors and hull plating and deflector dish. No, they're not deflector dishes. Whatever the hull markings there. But it's just really, really, really well done. Top's metal, bottom's plastic. I can't fault this. There's just a little bit of a gap there, and you can see where the separation is there. And the separation line there is so nicely hidden that if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't see it. But yeah, I didn't notice that before. A little bit of glue splodge on there. I didn't notice that before. Ooh, that's quite ugly actually. Oh, it's gone. That's alright. Hey! It has gone. Just wiped away. That's cool. So yeah, it's fucking brilliant. You see, this is what annoys me about Eagle Moss. Right? I'm going to show you this one now, and I'm going to do a proper review on it. A replacement is on the way as well.
All systems are functioning within normal parameters.
Shush, Majel.
Simultaneous access to 47 million data channels.
Thank you. Yes, I've called my PC Majel. If anybody gets the reference, in the comments below. This one is a fantastic model. It's well built, it's well designed, it looks like it does on the show, apart from that being just a slightly lighter grey. Actually, do you know what? I'm just going to check that. An actual picture of from the episode. Yeah, in the episode, it's like a well, it's even darker grey there. But that's no bad thing. I quite like it actually. It's not too bad. It kind of highlights, like I said earlier, kind of highlights it a bit more. So yeah, this. If I don't score them out of 10, but this would be a 9.9. What does lose at the mark would be that. That's it. Now this. And like I say, I don't usually like showing the next model in the same video, but I've got to show you it because it's doing me head in. This one isn't great, and it's mostly the fact that this nacelle is not on properly. That's out of alignment. That one's out of alignment, and just the effort in this one doesn't seem to be as much as they put into this one, and it irks me that. And that's not the only thing wrong with this model. I've been waiting for the Saratoga for a while as well, but it's not the only thing that irks me about it. But I'll get onto that when I review it. I just wanted to point out the fact that, like I say, when an alien ship comes through, particularly Romulan, they do a fantastic job. But when they do Federation ships, and especially an important Federation ship like the Enterprise C, like the Enterprise B, they just seem to be a bit lackluster compared to the other ships, and it's still irks me a bit. And the only other alien ship that they didn't do very well was the Klingon Negvar, which still irks me as well. But yeah, other than that, this is fantastic. You've got some nice painted windows in there. It catches the light pretty cool there as well. I didn't see. We've got some detail in here. Looks like they're sensors as well. Plasma conduits and all that kind of guff. It looks like it kind of opens out, but it doesn't. But it kind of looks like it pops out a bit and then pops back in, but it doesn't. It doesn't in the episode. So yeah, really cool, really well done. And of course, you get the obligatory stand, and it says, "Oh, it's upside down there." Romulan Scout ship, which was named Pi in the episode. And then it stands on the stand thusly. Very nice. Well impressed with this one, and it's one I've been waiting for as well because, like I say, that episode's fantastic, and I just love the cool design of this ship. You can tell it's Romulan, and you can tell it's a scout ship really. So really cool, really awesome. So that's me. That's the Romulan Scout ship, and I shall wish you trull on true. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed, if you subscribed but want to know what videos I'm doing in the future, hit that bell icon button, and you'll be instantly updated to when I make a new video. And so that's me, and I shall bid you adieu. Bye for now.